Boom, we live. I'll try here. Let me go over to Telegram. Let me open Telegram. Let me send this to them. All right, there we go. Wow. Yeah, okay. So just wait for you guys to join the stream real quick, and then you guys tell me, of course, if you can hear me loud and clear, and then there we go. Now we're live. Okay, not sure what happened there. Should be good. You guys should be... Can you guys hear me? Someone's in here. Can you hear me? I'm assuming it's Adele. Oh, it's Damien this time. Damn, Damien beat Adele. That's crazy. Damien, can you hear me loud and clear? We good? And then I'll start. Okay, cool. Thanks. Pumping most. Sorry, I said that wrong. Okay, so let's talk about the crypto market in general. It is good to be back. I pretty much took a break. I'll explain the whole setup. I'll explain my whole life story to you guys in a second. Exactly why, what happened, what I saw, how it happened, yada, yada, yada. But first, let's talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about Ethereum. We'll talk about the altcoin market and exactly what's going on as of right now. So, of course, we did have CPI data come out this morning, which, of course, was extremely bullish. We did see a very nice breakout trade right here. So this wick high, you guys already know. The wick high here, one test, two tests, third test break. We ended up hitting 63.9. I told you guys if we end up hitting this zone, we are looking for a long position. The reason for that, of course, was I saw this wick high and I knew that if this level structure was broken from the midterm, that would be the play. We saw the breakout again, and I was pretty much shocked at this point where we saw another 4-hour candlestick breaking into the 66K region. Now, this has been a very large consolidation, right? We know that we've been in this range for multiple weeks now, and this is why we are seeing such a large explosive move. I mean, personally speaking, I would much rather see this than see a break structure going all the way towards the downside. This, to me, is extremely bullish. And the reason for that is, as of right now, if we look here on Bitcoin, you will notice that the next move set, or in terms of resistance, the last remaining resistance level is this little hurdle right here at 67K. If Bitcoin can break above 67K, then we are going for the wick high here at 71.4, right? At 71.4, that's going to be the region you want to pay attention to. And I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, why do we care about 71.4? The reason is because this is pretty much where the move set started, and that's usually where things are likely to go. So that gives us a better understanding of Bitcoin's target. And of course, what that means for the overall market is the fact that Ethereum and the altcoins, they're probably going to end up going absolutely parabolic as well. Now, looking at Ethereum, of course, you can see that we've pretty much seen a nosedive opportunity multiple times. This, of course, was during the war aspect of it, or I believe somewhere down here was a war aspect of it. Regardless, we saw some major dump opportunities on Ethereum, but on Ethereum you will notice that we have the same exact move set, right? So if Bitcoin ends up hitting that 71K region, Ethereum's chart is looking at around the 3464 for the peak high. Right now, Ethereum has completed the inverse bar formation. So this is something I told you guys about Bitcoin, but now you can see on Ethereum, I sent the message to you guys and that almost ended up completing. We're talking about maybe $15 more. This is one of those situations where I tell you guys, look, we are not realistically fighting over $5 or $6 or $10 in between here. You don't necessarily want to get caught out on the top. I sent the trade right here, looking for a scalping opportunity because I was, again, paying attention to this wick high here. I hope you guys start seeing these things a little bit better now when we're talking about wick high opportunities, right? This isn't magic. This isn't hard to understand. As soon as you see a wick high opportunity like this, you know the fact that there are going to be a ton of shorting trades that are entered in this region. If the market ends up seeing a break of that wick high, all of these stops are hit, and of course liquidations, and that's what causes the price to go even higher. That's exactly why we trade those regions, and you can see most times when you end up seeing a wick high from the secondary where the move set started, that is where you start seeing profit taking happening. So again, right now, yes, I understand we are extremely overbought on Ethereum. We are ideally waiting for a retest somewhere down here of the exponential moving averages. But right now, Bitcoin is leading the way, right? We've seen Bitcoin see a massive move towards the upside. A lot of traders are actually on the sideline right now, or of course caught out completely. Not me though. But regardless of that, what we're paying attention to is of course a retest or something like this. This retest is going to be very important. The bulls have to hold above this region, and then we can start focusing on the bigger picture of 71K. If 71K happens, guys, altcoins are probably going to go absolutely insane, and that brings me to my next point of Dogecoin. I know I haven't made a Dogecoin video in the past few days, and the reason for that being is, what exactly do you guys want me to make a video about? It's been the exact same range for multiple days. You can see all the way from right here, what is this? The 4th of May to now, we are in the exact same price range. So I told you guys this before, is I'm not going to force a video out just because to force a video out. If there is no update, I'm not going to update, right? But looking at Doge as of right now, the main zone that we have to break is 0.168. For those of you that have been part of the stream and this channel for a very long time, you guys know 0.168 is the major hurdle. Every time we end up breaking below that level, we see a huge capitulation wick, and every time we end up breaking above that level, we see a massive run-up opportunity. So that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. Of course, on Doge is a 0.168 break. If you're looking to trade Doge, or if you want to enter some trades, I told you guys this before as well, you're better off trading Bitcoin and Ethereum. The reason for that is, of course, that if Doge or altcoins don't really move, which we're not seeing right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum leading the way, if Bitcoin and Ethereum start to reject, then all of a sudden altcoins start dumping more too, right? So that's why you don't necessarily want to get caught out on that. If you are looking for a position on Doge, though, from a spot perspective, it's not a bad zone to be entering here. It really, really isn't a bad zone to enter Doge on a spot position. At least, like I said, because if Bitcoin and Ethereum are heading into those highs, then Doge is high as 20 cents. And we all know if 20 is broken, then something like this could easily play out. You guys know the long-term target on Doge is around 80, 90 cents anyway, so that's just something to keep in mind. I told you guys this many times before. When you're trading long-term bags, you're not fighting over 3 cents, you're not fighting over 2 cents or even 1 cent. You're just going to enter a position and you end up holding that position. There's no reason for you guys to be day trading your spot positions. This is, of course, from a leverage perspective. I tell you guys these things, but from a spot perspective, mostly from a long-term perspective, I get comments all the time of, oh, I should have sold my Doge at 0.168 and I should have bought at 0.14. Why are you day trading over a penny and a half? It makes absolutely no sense. And your size at that point is not even worth you trading a penny and a half, right? I understand accumulation zones. I understand a lot of you guys want to have more and more Doge, but trust me, from a stress level, it's not worth the time of you guys sitting there trying to guess where exactly the market's going to end up going from the bottom or to the top. It takes years to get to that level. And again, even I don't do that, right? From a spot position, I leave my spot bags. You guys see, I'm not touching my spot bags. I don't see a reason to touch them. I see the market recovering, and ideally we should be fine, right? So that's the overall thought process on the market right now, and just in general, my thoughts overall. But I'll read the comments here. Thoughts on the 2-month BTC Doji. I don't trade 2 months. I only look at the daily and the 4 hours. If there is a Doji, mostly on the 2 months, again, it could be very much so. Should we increase our spot positions? I already answered that. Outlook on meme coins. Yeah, okay, so we can talk about meme coins real quick because, again, guys, I talked about this a long time ago in terms of meme coins and just in general. I told you guys, like, look, right now, I know some of you guys don't like meme coins, right? And I get that, which is fine. You don't have to like meme coins. But the problem is, like, you can't have a bias towards something and then just completely ignore it, right? Because of the fact that that's pretty much stupidity, in my opinion, that if the market, like right now, we're seeing volume, absurd volume in some of these meme coins, dog with hat, larger ones that are completely destroying altcoins, And you have to understand, you have to follow where the money goes. And you can see, for example, coins like Pepe that just broke an all-time high yesterday, right? So there's obviously money to be made in meme coins. Which ones, I'm not going to go into detail. I already talked to you guys about Telegram, which ones I'm talking about. But just in general, my overall outlook on meme coins is what I think is going to happen is if Bitcoin, obviously right now, Bitcoin has dominance, right? We know that. We're seeing altcoins drop a little because Bitcoin's rallying so much. When Bitcoin stabilizes at some point, I do think meme supercycle, or just in general, even altcoin supercycle, which has yet to happen, is going to happen. And it's going to take make a lot of people a lot of money. And that goes for Doge as well, right? Doge is still considered a meme coin. It's obviously a larger cap meme coin, but when the stabilization happens on Doge, I do think $1 wouldn't be out of the picture. And then the conversation of, okay, what's the next Doge, right? We saw coins like Floki. You guys saw Floki was dead for months and months and months. Our Shiba was dead for months and months and months. You guys remember this trade? I sent this trade to you guys at the absolute bottom of the chart, and we traded it absolutely perfectly. And the same thing goes, right? Is when one dog goes, the other 3 dogs go with it. And that's just the logic you have to have for meme coins, right? That's where the money comes from. The problem is you don't necessarily want to be the last one holding the bag. Now, new meme coins I won't talk about, right? Because we already know new meme coins are pretty much in that weird stage right now where they're trying to figure out things are going. I'm in my PopCat bags. I can show you guys real quick, you know, from a PopCat level. Like, I like PopCat because it's not really like a meme coin, like, oh my god, you know, it's going to go to 0, because it's on Bybit. I explained my whole reasoning to you guys as to why I chose PopCat, and, you know, at 11 cents, that's when I sent it, so we're at 52 cents right now. I ended up buying a bag right here on PopCat. I think 40, what was it right there? Yeah, 46 is when I sent that little tinfoil hat thing to you guys in Telegram, explaining the setup. But right now, the way I see PopCat is the way I see Dog with Hat. It's the same, almost identical chart, and it's a larger consolidation. The reason why I chose PopCat over the other meme coins is because of Bybit and future volume. You have to understand, when futures are involved, it allows the coin to see some insane run-ups, right? Because everyone goes long on these sort of things. A lot of these other coins like Noobcat and the other ones, like I said, they don't have Bybit volume. They don't have a lot of exchange volume. So those are a little bit more trench coins. But I do think that when Bitcoin does end up seeing these highs, we're going to end up seeing Pepe, Dog with Hat, because there were leaders from the last bull run, right? Doge, Shiba, Floki. These were last year's lead, or the 4 years ago, those were the leaders. There is always going to be a time where new leaders come into the picture, just like Floki did back from 2017, 2018. There was no Floki, right? Floki came into the picture many years later, the community, whatever, and then we saw such a massive rally on those sort of coins. That's why I tell you guys, like, look, you can ignore meme coins as long as you want, but right now meme coins are outperforming altcoins completely, and you have to understand that you don't have to go all into meme coins. You just have to understand that it's not a bad idea to be looking into the larger cap coins. Larger cap meaning anything above 250 million is a larger cap coin. Of course, again, don't take that literal. There's a lot of coins that are 250 mil that are red flags, but right now, at least with PopCat, you have Bybit. If it's on Bybit, they have done the due diligence for you in terms, and you guys, I talk about this all the time, like what I look for in a meme coin. Bybit is the easiest thing to buy because you know that they've done the due diligence on the wallets. You know the fact that they're not going to list something on their exchange that's going to be a red flag. And if it's already on Bybit, guess what? It goes on Binance and Coinbase pretty much a few months after, like Dog with Hat did. That's the play. Now, the hard part of meme coins is just knowing when to sell. In my hands, I'm not selling shit because I did that with Dog with Hat. You guys remember we had the same exact live stream like this, and I talked about Dog with Hat at 30 cents, and I was like, yo, guys, like, I'm in Dog with Hat. I explained my whole crazy reasoning to you guys. Some of you guys thought I was absolutely stupid, but I'm like, look, just trust me. I know this one. I feel like it's going to hit. And what happened was the consolidation like this happened. I got bored. I got pissed off, and I closed the position. And then a week later, it just kept going. And I kid you not, guys. I can show you the chart real quick. Like, it was an insane run. Look at this, right? So I'll explain. Look, I literally had my lines drawn from right here. Tell me this. Okay, I don't know what's going on here in terms of these circles. Clearly, back then, we were on some crack because, like, I haven't seen these many circles in my life. Okay, so look at this, and then look at this. Now, tell me I'm crazy, okay? Like, tell me, look at this, and then look at this, and then look at this, and then look at this. Bro, guys, come on. Like, look at this. Like, I'm not crazy. This is pretty identical, right? This is following exact footsteps. You have the low right here. We had the low right here. Right here, I'll draw it out. We had the low right here. Now we're on this part of the peak, right? Now we're on this part of the peak. Then we had the high. Then we had the high. Then we had this. Now we have this. You guys see what I'm saying? Like, yo, the chart is unreal. And that's why I'm like, yo, I'm not selling shit. I'm going to let this thing ride. And even when it hits $1, I'm not selling shit. You know why? Because when it hits $1, the thing about meme coins like that, sorry, not $1 specifically, like $1 billion. I'm talking about billion market cap. When it goes to a billion market cap, you got to understand it's already mainstream at that point, quote unquote, and 2 bill is right there. 2 bill, I'd probably start looking to take some profits, but if you're riding it from here, you're not ideally looking for a 2x. There's better meme coins for 2x positions, but this is something you can comfortably move in terms of size because A, there's so much liquidity, there's $8 million in liquidity, so it's not going to hurt the chart whether you buy and sell. So it's just something to keep in mind as you guys go. Bonk, not a fan. I think it's already had its run, but of course, sorry, let me take that back. Bonk will have its run again, just like every other meme coin. That's considered a new-ish meme coin, right? So you get what I'm saying? So should we keep holding ETH? Should we keep holding into Ethereum, or should we lock the profits? I always tell you guys to lock in your profits. It's not going to hurt you to lock in your profits, mostly from today, right? Like the trades that I sent today, they were breakout trades. A lot of you guys should have already taken your profits, or of course looking to scale out of your zones now. It's not a bad idea, guys. Trust me, the market's not just going to go straight up. It's going to come down, and when it does come down, you don't want to be the one that's like, oh my god, I should have closed. Just take some profits. Love your Telegram. Yeah, no problem. Got you. Pingu, thanks for the Telegram post. Yeah, no problem. Can you look at JTO? Is it a meme? JTO is Jupiter. I told you guys last stream I do like Jupiter. I think it's ideally a good one because, of course, I use it when I'm trading meme coins. So I do think there's some benefit to it. Whether you should go all in or not, that's completely different. Yosin, no, completely not. Let's see. Are you using VPN for Bybit? No. So let me backtrack here. I feel like some of you guys are confused. When I look for a meme coin on PopCap, for example, I'm not leveraging PopCap. I am spot trading PopCap, meaning I am buying PopCap. In order to buy the coin, you have to download Phantom Wallet. I don't use Bybit. I don't agree with Bybit's fees. I used Bybit once upon a time. You guys remember when we first started the channel? I was on Binance and Bybit, but now we use Fairdesk, and I keep telling you guys, like, look, instead of you guys paying an absurd amount of fees, use Fairdesk, guys. I can't press it enough, and I know it sounds like a broken record, but you guys don't understand. You guys, sometimes some of you guys message me a trade, and it'll be like $600 profit, and then I'll see the fee, and it'll be like $82. I'm like, bro, like what? What's the point of that? Like you just lost $82 versus on Fairdesk it's like $10. Like it doesn't make sense, you know. But again, that's why I just tell you guys, like, trust me, just look into it. It's in the pinned message on Telegram. Can you give can you give a price prediction for the next bunk run? I don't have price predictions like that, right? You guys know me. I trade the 4-hour charts anyways. And mostly when it comes down to meme coins, I don't have a price prediction period. Because the thing about meme coins is it doesn't really care about your feelings. It can just keep rallying as it wants to go. Right now, if I'm looking at a trading setup, honestly, even Shiba in terms of consolidation doesn't look bad at all, right? You guys know me. Like I like trading things when they're sideways. And Shiba right now is one of those things that is sideways. Same with Doge, same with, PopCap. These are the 3 coins that I would be paying attention to if I were you guys. If you don't want to go trade PopCap because it's too new and it's too risky, that's fine. Look into Shiba, look into Doge. You guys should already be trading those in general when it comes down to spot positions. But I explained my whole crazy analogy on Shiba a long time ago, and what did we trade, guys? It was like what is this, from the bottom at 1013 to the top 45? Yeah, it was about 5x position, give or take. And that was with size too, and leverage. I remember some of you guys sent me trades of like $80,000, and I was like, okay, that's crazy. So again, just like I had the conversation back here, I'm having the same conversation once again with all of you guys in the chat. It's a sideways action. If this were to break out, I do think Shiba goes parabolic. Now, in terms of risk to reward, there are better meme coins, of course, like PopCap, because they're so small that I do think that, a 10x position is not out of the question even from here. $5, $3. Me personally, I'm probably locking at 2, 1.5. It depends because I entered with size. Okay, now that we're done all the questions and stuff, you guys want to talk about, because I keep seeing GME in here. So let's talk about GME real quick. What happened? Suresh, thoughts on Gala Games? I like Gala. I think it's a spot position. I believe I have some Gala, which I bought for my mom a long time ago, and I'm still holding it. This is when I sent it at 0.018. So yeah, it's her bag in crypto. She has no idea what's going on, but she was in silver at the time, so I sold her silver bars and I bought her Gala, and I was like, trust me, it's a better investment anyway. So yeah, so let's quickly talk about GME, okay? Story time. So GME on Sunday night, I was chilling. I was doing nothing, right? I was vibing. And on Sunday night, 8:15 or something, I saw Roaring Kitty. So for those of you guys that don't know, Roaring Kitty was the guy who started the whole GME short squeeze, blah, blah, blah. You know, he was the guy that said, I like the stock, and he disappeared for 3 years. He ended up tweeting all of a sudden 3 years later. And you guys remember, I was in this coin called GME. And this coin, I got absolutely decimated on, right? So I was a buyer. Pretty much, you can see these circles. I was pretty much the bag holder on the way towards the downside. I did cut my losses pretty much right here, I think, in GME, and then it ended up just going to absolute zero. So what happened was that night I saw GME, or rather I saw him tweet, and I was like, yo, if he tweeted, then people are going to be like, oh my God, he's back, and they're going to go buy the stock, GameStop, right? So I was like, if GameStop, the stock goes up, I know for a fact that the meme coin is going to go up. Why? Because it still had 20,000 holders at the time. Well, my prediction played out pretty damn well, right? So pretty much I bought in. By the time the stock was like immediately when he tweeted the coin went up, this was me right here. I bought in right at 14 and all the way down. Pretty much it was a dump fest here. I'll show you in the 15 minutes time. Yeah, there you go. So pretty much I bought in and it started to dump. I bought in right here at the peak and it dumped down to 11. I was already down 30-40% of my position, and I was like, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm gonna let it ride. So what happened after was the next day, you guys can see GME went absolutely crazy and I ended up nuking my whole bag. So this was my candle right here. The minute it hit 1, I sold the whole bag. So that was me. Literally, that whole candle was because of me. And I kid you not, guys, it was such a massive trade for me. It was huge. And that's why I was like, yo, I need to take a minute. Like, I need to breathe. I think I was a top 5 trader. I might have changed it. Let me see. Maybe I think someone messaged me like, Pingu, you're top 5 right now. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the top 20, I'm assuming by now. But yeah, it was a lot of money, regardless to say, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can catch those things early on, mostly when it comes down to like meme coins, and you just like understand how markets work, you know the psychological level of someone being like, oh my God, this is going to go up. For example, Dog with Hat. Dog with Hat, the same idea happened was because people saw Doge on Ethereum. They know Floki. Solana didn't have a dog coin other than Bonk, which wasn't really a dog coin. It was like a hammer. It was like 2 dogs giving each other a hammer, right? It doesn't really count. But Solana didn't have a mascot, and they made Dog with Hat the mascot. So from a psychological level, people thought that this was going to be the next Doge, and that's where all that volume came from. Now, the logic with PopCat, right? PopCat, we've never had a coin in terms of cat coins ever that have done anything crazy. It's always been a dog market since I can remember back in 2017. Now, people are speculating that this time cats are going to be this winner's run, right? So that's why I'm choosing PopCat. It's the largest cap right now, and I personally think PopCat's going to run. But yeah, Yosin, I messaged you when you're the top 1 until 3 days ago. Yeah, so I was literally top trader on there. And it wasn't, and again, guys, I didn't send it to you guys because I don't want to see anyone get burned, because you guys saw when I entered, it was down 40% within the next candle, and 40% for some of you guys is a lot of money, right? So I do the degeneracies offline. I don't really do it online. The only thing I'll talk about is when it comes down to size positions, I'll share them in Telegram for you guys. But these are just examples, right? And this doesn't mean that, okay, let's go start going over the Solana casino and start buying every meme coin I see because Pingu buying money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that it's not a bad idea to look into the meme coins, at least that I send in Telegram, like PopCat, for example, NukeCat, whatever. It's not a bad idea to look into those, right? Because you know when the market structure ends up coming back, like we are seeing with Bitcoin right now, these coins are going to see a massive rally. Whether you like it or not, it's going to go pretty crazy. So that's the thought process on the meme coin side. But yeah, in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum, same thing. So yeah, we're bullish. End of story. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, NoobCat, same thing, Caleb. I still like NoobCat. I do think their Twitter got banned, so, you know, yada, yada, yada. But I do think any cat coin like that I mentioned, those two specifically are going to do well. I explained Harambe too. Harambe's birthday's coming up, so Harambe is a good one. But those are like a little bit more gambling, right? But again, I didn't mind sharing them with you guys because I know some of you guys actually like the Solana casino stuff, so... bro, how big of a bag to be 1%? 1% in terms of GME, it was a big bag. It was like, I think it was like, I put, what, Yosin, was it like 60 grand or something into it at the bottom, and then it ended up being a lot. But yeah, it was something like that. Also, why cats? No, it's not because of Roaring Kitty or anything like that. It's literally because cats right now are running the meme coin central. You'll see a lot before this whole Roaring Kitty GME thing. There was a lot of cat coins that were doing extremely well. And that's why, is because the market, you just have to watch what the market's kind of buying, right? And the market was focused more, and Popcat showed its hand, right? The market, as soon as the market recovered a little bit, Popcat was the first one to go absolutely crazy. Just like Dog with Fat was when the market nuked and recovered. That's why we knew Popcat was going to lead this run. So I followed the volume pretty much. And now you can see on GME, it's a pretty much warfare zone. I had people like texting me on Twitter saying like, you're an idiot. You could have made $1 million if you just held. You're stupid. This is going to age so badly. And it made me laugh, right? And it makes anyone laugh, because you got to understand, like, when you're trading 6 figures or whatever, locking in that much money is insane for anyone. The problem is why a lot of people struggle or fail in terms of trading is because you guys always know my rule: take profits. And I take profits. I am the guy that's going to take profits. The problem is, though, when you guys don't like take profits, you'll end up bag holding. And a perfect example of was GameStop, right? So it's not like it was a perfect story, right? I bag held pretty much 80-90% drawdown, and then I ended up cutting my losses because of the same thing. I was up an insane amount of money, I didn't take profits, and then it just slow bled to zero. This was a little random. No one expected the guy to come back, but the same thing, right? I locked in profits right there, and then yeah, it went up another 2x. I could have made another like $500,000. I didn't give a shit. I was like, whatever. It can go to zero as well. It's just like that. If he deleted the tweets, it says zero. What do I really want to risk that much money just for what? Fun? Like, you know what I mean? But that's the thought process you want to have with your trades. A lot of you guys also ask me this in leveraged positions or anything, and you're like, oh, Pingu, I have $1,000 account. I'm currently up $300 on a trade. What should I do? And it just blows my mind, because I'm like, look, you're 30% of your account. You're not locking in profits for what? Like, what are you expecting? A 3x more, a 5x more? Like, go to meme coins, right? Like, stick with leverage positions, guys, but understand you need to have rule mindset of I want to lock in blank percentage every day. The biggest thing from the one-on-one sessions that I host with you guys is what I noticed is A, your charts are just all over the place, and B, your market psychology for a lot of you guys is still gambling more than it is trading. You guys need to understand you need to lock in your 3 to 4% trades. You have to lock those in, and I have switched up the trading style and explained this to you guys last time too. The reason why Pingu doesn't do a lot of swinging positions anymore is because of the fact that we're sticking with scalping, right? Scalping is a lot easier for us because I want you guys to have good practice when it comes down to scalps. I don't want you guys to be holding these positions for long and the market ends up reversing, because when it comes down to consolidation zones, we've seen this before on Ethereum, right? We had despair, we had moon, we had despair, now we're moon. That's consolidation zones. I don't like those personally. If the trend changes on the daily, right? So the daily as in like we break above the exponential moving average. Right now, we're not out of the blue yet. We're still below the 20. If we break above the 20, then things are going to get really interesting. But for now, we're just going to chill, okay? We're just riding scalps, and we're going to continue riding the scalps and go from there. Yeah, so no, just laugh. You're not buying GameStop. That wasn't a... Guys, when I say... Well, look, if I say I sold, that doesn't mean, okay, everyone go buy. That's not the point of the conversation. It was just a story that I wanted to share with you guys. But if you're going to go buy meme coin, go buy Popcat, okay? That's what you should be looking into. Go look for Popcat. Everything else is... I know you guys always talk about meme coins in my messages. Hey, have you seen this? Have you seen that? If I don't talk about it in Telegram, that means I'm not buying it. I tell you guys all the time, everything will be sent in Telegram, what I buy, what I do, what I move, minus the degeneracy, because, I lose a lot of money on those. But I'm talking about the larger caps, like my spot portfolio. If I make a move on a spot portfolio, you will be the first ones to know. So it's not like you need to ask me, oh my God, what are we doing? I will tell you. But for now, all I'm doing is just holding Popcat, and that's my plan. In terms of Ethereum, my plan is to see what happens after the daily breaks, and then we can start entering positions. But even on the daily, guys, Ethereum looks really good for a W formation. Like, I do think the wick high of 3,500 is going to play. Now, that depends on the EMAs, but if we can get that clear zone, then yeah, things are going to get really interesting within the next few weeks, I think. Because whether you like it or not, with AMC and GME and all these coins having such a massive rally, I think that, if you guys remember back from 2021, after this whole meme stock thing that happened, we went into a crypto super cycle where a lot of these altcoins went up 100x. So yeah, things are going to get interesting, and I will continue holding your hands and telling you guys what to do, because again, I get it. It is overwhelming at times, but I've done this for 7 years, so I don't mind sharing whatever I can. But yeah, it should be good. ICP, like I said, I'm not looking into altcoins right now. Like I usually talk about altcoins. You guys notice I'm not really talking about altcoins right now. Is because Bitcoin dominance is number one pushing higher. So I know altcoins are going to bleed anyways. But if you're looking for some spot positions, it wouldn't be a bad idea to load. You're probably going to end up getting burned a little bit. But for the next wave of altcoin rally that's about to happen, it is not a bad idea. Okay. Okay. No, Johnny, I don't buy anything small cap. I'm very strict with what I buy. I'll have fun with meme coins, but when it comes down to small cap projects, I used to do utility coins and small caps, and I always got burned or they ended up rugging, and it's just not worth my time. So yeah, I don't really bother with them. I think there's better opportunities out there than, you know, smaller caps, because smaller caps sometimes play out. I think the only small cap I ever invested in that I told you guys to invest in as well was Beam, right? Beam was one of those coins that was considered a small cap, as in quote unquote like 700 million market cap, which isn't really small cap in terms, but it ended up playing extremely well. We shot up to 4.5 billion. You guys remember that trade? It was insane. And we actually held the whole way through too. So yeah, there's trades that happen for us that, you know, I'm very confident in. And right now I'm just confident in PopGap. So yeah, Yosin, I saw that. Is it happening right now? Really? Harambe? Is it happening right now? Yeah, Harambe looks pretty good. Like I said, everyone's betting on the death anniversary of this monkey, so it was pretty. I talked about this last time. I told you to Yosin to look into it. So, yeah, these are just things like, you know, it's common sense. You just kind of buy before it happens. I'm not buying it. I want to know where to buy the meme coin. So just laugh. You buy it on Phantom. You go on Phantom, make a wallet, and then at the bottom right corner there's like a little globe, and then you can buy it on Jupiter Exchange. All these meme coins. If it's not on Jupiter, it's probably not worth your time. Yeah, I entered the live late. Did we talk about Dogecoin? Jose, I'm actually gonna make a yeah, we did talk about Doge, but there's no update. Like there's nothing to update. All I said about Doge is just if you want to look for spot bags, it's not a bad idea to be buying those right now, given how Bitcoin and Ethereum are reacting. But yeah, there's no like trading update. We're still consolidating, so it's nothing major you missed out on. You're fine. You're okay. No Mongo, no on GME. No, don't catch a falling knife. Mongo, you should be the last person to be asking that. You remember the last time what happened? We were both in GME. Like you, when the live streams, you're always like, "Yo, GME." Oh, yikes! Look at that. Some whale just sold. That was live. Who sold? Let's see. Yeah, look, 14K sell order. Who is this? Like, this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, if you guys look at these order books, like, look at this, right? So the reason why I sold was because I was like, yo, like, I remember seeing a wallet that had 8%, and what that wallet did was it moved 8% across the board, right? And that was a huge red flag for me because I'm like, yo, when that 8% wallet ends up selling, this is gonna be a nuke fest. So I'm not mad with what I walked away with, right? I could have held for another hour, and then Andrew Tate started tweeting an hour after I sold, which started the price even higher. But no, I think this is a narrative coin. Obviously the narrative right now, GME, AMC, whatever. It could do well, but in my opinion, like PopCat's a lot safer because Bybit, you guys get the point. And I think it's just, I'd rather sleep at night knowing you know, you get the point. I have 50K Doge. That's awesome. So with AMC or GME, is it your opinion it is over the start? So if you're talking about the stock market itself, I don't think it's over per se. It should get interesting is what I'm trying to say, because these rallies, like, okay, like I don't know how the hell this thing got all the way up to even AMC got up to $500. But if we look from previous rallies, we've seen this happen before, right? We can see that right here. We had AMC bounce like multiple times. We had peaks, right? Multiple peaks in between. And then we had the actual rally all the way up to the top. So I don't think it's over per se. I think it's just beginning. But I think what we're about to see in terms of meme coins is going to be absolutely crazy for this crypto market. Because now crypto's picking up. And I do think liquidity is going to flow for a lot of these degenerates back into crypto. And that's when you're going to start seeing the leaders actually lead, like Pepe and all of them, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, really appreciate everything. Yeah, no problem, man. I got you guys. Anyways, look, it's 4:45. This long stream has gone long enough. I'm bored. Not bored, but I actually have to do some stuff. Who's texting me? One sec. All right. Explain more on your one-on-one sessions. So the one-on-one sessions, pretty much, they're free. So you just go on Calendly. If you just go on the Telegram, you can book a meeting with me. And then we just it's like a 30-minute session, and then we just sit there and talk about your charts or anything like that, or anything you need to know. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the one-on-one. So yeah, it's a free. It's just like, it's like this. Like this is like, there's 30 something of you guys in here. Well, the one-on-one session is like a one-on-one. So it's like, you can ask more personal questions in terms of charts and whatever you need to know, and then I just answer them, or I look over your charts and I say, okay, this needs to be fixed, that needs to be fixed. But yeah, you could just book a session with me, and then that's it. I just ask that you show up on time, and then that's all. I'm gonna see how this weekend goes in terms of the one-on-one sessions, but like lately, I think it's been like 70% of like no-shows or cancellations, which ends up wasting my time. And what I mean by that is because, let's say I'll do a session from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'll have a cancellation at 11 a.m. or sorry, 11:30 a.m. And then I have like an awkward 40 minutes I have to wait for the next guy. Then I wait those 30 minutes, the next guy doesn't show up. Then I have an awkward 1 hour for the next guy. So I'm basically just sitting there for like 3 hours just fiddling my thumbs because people have canceled or don't show up, which kind of bothers me. But like, I understand they're free sessions, so I can't really say anything. But like a lot of you guys said, like maybe I should start charging like a cancellation fee or a no-show fee, like $5 or something. So at least like something gets out of it, so people start taking this a little bit more seriously. But my only advice is like, if you're gonna book a session, just make sure you can be there. I get things come up, but if things come up, just cancel the session. So at least I know, okay, I don't have to wake up at 10 in the morning for someone that's not gonna show up. You guys get my point? But yeah. Yeah, so it's all good. It happens. It is what it is. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna give up on the one-on-ones. I'm just trying to. I'm probably gonna tweak it here and there. I'm not gonna give up on them because I know they help a lot of you guys. But it is what it is. All right, Johnny, I will. Okay. I think I'll leave it at that though, because I'm probably gonna head out here. It's a nice sunny day. I'm bored as I'm gonna go do something. But I hope that answers everything, and I hope you guys are all on the same page again. I know I was pretty much MIA for a little bit, and my editor was like, yo, I don't have any content, you're not posting anything. I'm like, I'm just kind of chilling. But I will, yeah, no, for sure, Caleb, I got you. But yeah, I will talk to you guys probably tomorrow or later tonight. Let's just see how the market plays out for tonight. I'm not really interested in the current structure, because we've already traded the current structure. I just want to see what happens after that. But yeah, okay. I'll talk to you guys later. We'll chit chat on Telegram, as in like emojis again. So yeah, okay. All right. See you guys. Have a good day. Bye.